Hello and welcome back, everybody. Heir of Carthage here, or I guess in this case, Heir of Angron. And yes, I realized something after the last episode. Between comments on my Discord and your kind comments down below the last video, which, speaking of, if you have comments, please leave them. I actually just had a conversation on my community page where we're talking about what you all think of the Great Book of Grudges mechanic, which is being used in this campaign. But in any case, from the comments, you all let me know that 8 peaks is actually 8 peaks. That's pretty cool. I mean, it seems logical, seems like something I should have picked up on, but there's not a single Karak 8 peaks location here because all the 8 peaks are a separate settlement. And that's kind of a big Thunderdome here in which we're all meant to brawl it out for dominance. So between us and the Skaven and Crooked Moon, and speaking of Crooked Moon, holy crap, they are absolutely stacked with troops. It's going to be difficult for us to beat down just that sheer number. But I figure maybe we can start by trying to take control of some of the Skaven holdings here, and then see what we can do from there. And when I take a look at like our research, I did some initial work here, working on improving some of my ranged units, which is good, but then we might want to go ahead and start working on some of these other upgrades here that give us a little better control, give us increased income. We're going to need all the income we can get. We're fielding 2 armies very early for the dwarves, which, I mean, it's both good and bad. Like, it's cool that I have this extra territory. It gives me potential for extra trade and other stuff like that, but it also comes with a lot of upkeep that could make things rather difficult. I would love to be able to get a trade agreement with someone, but our closest customer is this Bretonnian faction, and they're not quite there yet. So we're going to have to just kind of wait and see what comes up. But right now, there's nothing that we can pick up from a deal standpoint. But there are some there's some research that we can do, actually. So like this one right here might help us pick up a trade deal. So I'll actually start doing that one because it gives us that extra control. So over 6 turns, we'll pick up some relationship with the outside world. I do think that we'll take care of a skill point here. What do I want to throw this one into? At the same time, for fun, I've kind of been playing a Grombrindle campaign because Grombrindle is my favorite dwarf. But at the same time, his upgrade tree is very different than this one, and I kind of like it better, to be honest. So we got the campaign. Let's do some buffs into the infantry as we get the opportunity with both these lords. I'm not going to build anything right now because we are so extremely low on money. That's going to be tricky, to say the least. But we do have full control over Putrid Stump now, which is not a bad thing. And then this... There's some Tomb Kings, and I really don't want to kick off a war with them just to complete that settlement there. Anyway, let's end our turn. And we'll let the research go. These ogres are probably going to declare war on me. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I do not have the means to hold back the ogres over here. They have 2 armies already, both of which are larger than mine, and better than what I can afford. Oh boy, and they're recruiting more troops already. So there's no way I'm going to be able to hold back these ogres. I wonder if there's anybody else they're at war with that may have gained me some sympathy. Crap. This is going to be the very big downside to... shoot. Just going to have to be so be it.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though. For while the potential rewards are great,
treasury
so
at 5,000.
the perils.
I don't remember what this battle's like, but man, the Shield of Defiance, that 5,000 would be handy. Oathgold would be nice too. I don't think we're going to be able to defend all of our settlements. I think this is pointless. I think the ogres are just going to face roll us here, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I mean, what am I going to do? I don't have the money. It's not going to work. Yikes. Yeah, and then the Crooked Moon is growing stronger by the turn. I don't know what else to do other than to get in here and just kind of keep taking territory with Belegar. I mean, if we lose up north, which we will, I guess I could just abandon those settlements and disband the army, and I'll end up having a little money. I'm not going to have a lot because I built several income buildings up there. Boy, this is going to be tricky. We are very extended, and we don't have a lot of cash. Like, I don't really like having 2 armies right now. I would feel better with 1. Unless the 2 were, like, sitting right here together, then that would be maybe a little different. Alright, let's see what else we can do here, though. We had Flash Bomb, we had Deadeye, which is, I think, the one that gives him the long range. Let's do Ballistics Calibration.
Yes.
This Ward Taker is a good one.
Ironhammer.
And then let's do a Scarred Veteran here. Alright, so
Belegar Ironhammer.
that one is owned by Crooked Moon. And there's another settlement right over here that's probably owned by Skaven. We're going to need to get a hold of Crooked Moon. But the best way to do that is probably going to be to get them split up. We're going to need to catch them split. What is the Putrid Stumps? Defenses are going to be decent. The defenses here are going to be weak. They're still recruiting. So we're going to be facing a full Ogre stack. Man. It would take so many turns to get this army all the way down to the other location, too. Crap, I'm just thinking, what do we want to do here?
What would your High King have of me?
Well, I would have you help me against this Ogre Filth, but apparently you can't be bothered right now. Did they have any other enemies? Nope, just us. That's convenient. So, yeah, just not sure what we're gonna do there. And then over here, I don't even know that we have any recruiting available. Our only building to train anything is way back there behind us, and would require me to use global recruitment at this point. But some part of me is just kind of thinking, before the ogres come and take my territory, I think I'm going to just abandon all these settlements and then disband this army. And that'll give me a cash infusion and a little bit of income.
Summon me if you did.
There. We won't be making that much income by the time we abandon all the settlements, but I hate to do that, but I just don't really see another route out of this. We're going up against Skaven, or even Greenskins. It's good to have a little bit of armor-piercing capability, which we do have with our hammers and these other guys. So I might just go with these standard Dwarf Warriors because they're the lowest income or upkeep. And then maybe pop in some more Quarreler Great Weapons. Quarrelers are extremely good early on. They can cause tremendous damage to low armor units, and are going to be our main damage dealers. If you're using Grombrindle, you can get a lot of damage done with infantry, but even with Grombrindle, you're still better off to really be doing your damage with your range, obviously, as the dwarves, and so that's what we're going to do. Oh, a trade agreement. We'll probably lose this as soon as I finish abandoning those settlements. Oh well. It was nice while it lasted. Let's see what this does to my income. Okay, we still got decent income, and we picked up some cash, like I said. Pretty good infusion off of abandoning all those settlements, so now we don't have to worry about fighting the ogres up there, and I can focus my attention down here and properly filling out this army so that we can properly fight against the Greenskins, and then that will at the same time allow me, for instance, to try and start upgrading a settlement or two back here, whereas previously we just wouldn't have had the money to afford it. Let's go ahead and end our turns here. It's going to be really hard to keep all of this area pacified at the moment. And I feel like our best bet is going to be to just take it to the Crooked Moon before they take it to us, but catch them in a bad position, right? That's what we need to do, is hit them while they're separated and hit them while they're in a bad position. It's like this army can't flee, for instance. If we can reach it, which we can, I think this is our opportunity. We can hit this army separate. They have 3 armies at least now, because we saw one from Skarsnik as well. But if we can piecemeal pick them apart, we'll gain money by beating them in battle, and then we will weaken them by getting these battles as well. So I feel like this is probably our best option. It won't be 100% certain until we just straight up go for it here, but and go for it I'm going to. Like I said, these guys can't retreat because they're in a forced march. So let's declare war on them. It's coming soon enough. That'll leave that settlement I just took open to Skaven to retake it. That's very possible. This is too good of an opportunity to pass up. It says all these units, like we're going to get an easy auto-resolve here, and it is tempting, but let's go ahead and fight this so we get some battle action. Alright, I've backed up close to my reinforcements and gone ahead and started the battle. I think, I'm not sure whether the greenskins will march at me. Looks like they're going to choose not to, which is fine with me. I want to gather my reinforcements, and I want to take as much of the damage as possible from my reinforcing troops rather than my main army. And it's because the main army is going to need to go on and continue to fight. We'll want to continue to catch the Skaven, or sorry, not Skaven, yes, but also the rest of Crooked Moon. We're going to need some big victories here. And it probably is best for us to just fight these guys early. They do have a lot of nasty skulkers. Nasty skulkers, damage-wise, will be good against us. They'll do quite well, in fact. But their leadership is quite poor. And that's going to be really what we count on here. This is actually not going to line up in the order that I just selected them in, so I'm not really sure why I wasted my time doing that. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to line up our garrison troops in a first line. We'll put our army in a second line, and then we'll put our missiles right in the middle here. And I don't mind using all of my leadership up front to do a lot of tanking, because that's honestly what they're good for and good at. There we go. So now we're going to have everything in position. I do want to put my missiles into a defensive stance so that they don't go chasing anything they route. And we are ready to march. So I'm going to take this group and push it forward. Leave the fast forward engaged here for a moment. There was a lot of greenskin archers. And there was a lot of nasty skulkers. I think the skulkers are going to hurt us pretty good on the charge. They have the smoke bomb abilities too. But really, if I can wipe out the greenskin archers, that will be a good way to start. I would imagine their skulkers are positioned up in front of their infantry, though I could be wrong. Let's start picking at their lord here with our range. I'm going to use these abilities, and I don't really know what you were just shooting at, but it wasn't what I told you to shoot at, so let's try that again. I don't know if we've got a angle on this guy because he's down behind the hill. It shows he's got the attack order, but it doesn't show him firing. Yeah, he's outside of line of sight. That's irritating, and I just wasted those abilities. Alright, just shoot the archers, I guess. I'll start killing some of their archers, and then see if we can force them forward. We should outrange their archers by a good deal. In fact, I'm going to pull my own archers up just a little bit. I'm going to keep picking at these archers. I've already killed 8 of them. Might as well keep slinging some ammo in there. I've got plenty of it. In fact, we might be able to drop a Wrath and... No, we'd have to get really close to drop the Wrath and Ruin. Wrath and Ruin could be really good too if we could get their skulkers to bottleneck on our guys here. Dang, man, we got 13 archers killed. I'm just going to fast forward a minute and just kind of keep poking at the greenskins here. That's 17. Yeah, here we go. Now they're going to take the bait. This is good. As soon as they get into archery range, I'm going to start pushing my leaders forward a little, and I'm actually going to switch now to their leader. And we'll do a Rune of Slowness on him when he gets closer. Alright. Wow, we just cannot get line of sight on that guy. I'm kind of waiting for their leader to come charging forward. And then I want to hit him with a Rune of Slowness. And then we'll pick him off. There we go. I'm going to pop him with the Rune of Slowness and then target everybody on him. There we go. And I'm going to countercharge some of this nonsense. Oh yeah, really nice opening damage here from our miners. I'm going to let them finish their barrage of satchel charges. Their leader is basically toast. I want to finish him. Alright, we took a lot of charges. Let's send some reinforcements. Smoke bomb those guys. Yeah, so the leadership for the Greenskins is extremely poor, and that's kind of what we needed to count on here. And then when you add all of our ethereal units into the mix, it just makes things even worse for them. Speaking of ethereal, let's take this guy out here. There we go. So we're going to push the Greenskins back with heavy losses here. Just kind of let our guys back up and keep shooting. There's no need to give chase. Try and run all these down. Like I said, we'll just back up and keep shooting. And as their units regroup, we'll just keep blasting them every time they walk up. And like I said, we'll let our garrison take pretty much all the losses here. I think we had maybe a few troops from one of our main units take a few hits. There's a lot of nasty skulkers, and we can't see them well. That's going to lead to our situation where the power bar hasn't quite finished swinging. Yeah, here they are. A lot of skulkers coming up. Let's go give them a beating. Otherwise, I'm just going to let my Quarrelers kind of keep firing. Gonna pop these guys with some Wrath and Ruin over here and speed their passing. There we go. That's going to be a big chunk of Skulkers gone, and that's going to be the victory. So killing their Lord early was the key difference maker there. So let's actually talk a little bit about the Great Book of Grudges while we're here. So I have the poll up on my Twitter and over on my YouTube community page. Feel free to go participate in the poll. I want to hear from you. Essentially, I give you all some options. Do you think that the Great Book of Grudges mechanic is great, okay, needs improvement, or needs a complete rework? So I give you a whole spectrum of stuff to think about and choose through, and there's a reason for that. And the reason being, actually this could be really handy right here. The reason being, I don't know, I'm just going to take the money. I just abandoned all those settlements against the ogres. Part of the reason why I abandoned them, other than the obvious, which is I'm going to lose that war, I'm going to get a grudge whenever they come and take a settlement or raid me and all that stuff. I don't have a way to repay the grudge. If I don't repay the grudge, it grows in severity, and then it starts to punish me. And so the Great Book of Grudges becomes kind of like an annoying chore list that doesn't really add rewarding campaign gameplay. So I, for one, feel like it needs improved or changed. And I think most people who've taken the poll feel that way. Now, of course, if you don't, it's fine. You don't have to vote that way with this. I want to hear what you think, and I need honest feedback on it because I wanted to share the feedback with Creative Assembly, because I do believe that the next DLC might include some work on dwarves, And I would personally like to see the Great Book of Grudges reworked. And, you know, I think that most of us probably agree, and I'll say this, if you don't agree, feel free to disagree in the comments, but I think most of us agree that the Great Book of Grudges being a part of the campaign mechanics is quite loreful, and that the dwarves would get mad every time they get raided or have a settlement taken or something like that. We all get that, and some of those grudges could even be long-term, right? I think in lore the dwarves held certain grudges for, I mean, just thousands of years. And so again, no problem with any of that from a loreful or character-type standpoint. It seems quite appropriate. The problem is it's not a fun or rewarding campaign mechanic, and I feel like there's probably some things that they could do to change it. I about half wonder if the Book of Grudges thing could change to where maybe there's a bunch of grudges in the book from the start, or depending on your characters, or characters come with certain grudges, and as you complete them, you pick up equipment and maybe gain some buffs, but it doesn't just become a never-ending chore list every time someone raids you or attacks you that only results in negatives if you don't take care of it quick enough, if that makes sense, right? So I'm thinking maybe that's the better way to handle the Great Book of Grudges, or at least partially a better way to handle it. There could be, you know, more suggestions, and if you all do have more suggestions, I'd love to hear it. What are the ways we can improve the Great Book of Grudges mechanic? My main beef with it at the moment is that it is more of a chore than a reward, and that's, you know, not really fun in terms of campaign mechanics. Like, you think about other campaign mechanics that other factions have, and they aren't typically a chore, you know what I mean? So I would like to see that changed. In some degree, and I think, again, maybe it could tie to characters and quests that are like settling of the grudges that come with rewards. That's not never-ending. Okay, this is actually great. This is what we wanted. We needed to get Skarsnik in a battle like this. It says we're going to take medium casualties. I guess we might. I don't think so. They don't have any magic. They do have an Arachnarok spider, but I have enough bows to bring it down reliably, and I have these ethereal characters who can tank. Skarsnik has magic damage, so Belegar needs to take him. And then I don't believe any of these other units have magic damage. They do not. So we should be safe. Now for me, it's always tempting to take the Grudge Raker option on my engineers, because I like getting them up next to a melee combat and just, you know, letting it rip on an enemy. I'm going to use all the buffs here and then start attacking that spider at range. Fire, you idiot. It's a giant spider. Are you gonna shoot? Oh, it makes him stand still. Crap. I forgot to get inside of range. I'm like, what is going on? Oh my gosh. I'm a genius. I am an absolute genius, folks. Pay no attention to the genius behind the curtain. Alright. I gotta wait before I can move here. I should have stepped inside of range. Now that I've wasted those abilities, I guess I could just stand back for a second. I could have sworn that was inside of range. That was pretty picky there for the AI to not let me shoot. I'm actually going to fast forward and then use those properly and see if I can do a little more damage here from the initial outset, because I don't think the greenskins are going to attack me. So let's just go ahead and keep fast forwarding, and we'll let these recharge here, and then I'm going to scoot up and start shooting. Skarsnik will want to engage with Belegar. I will use my Runesmith, though, to kind of tinker with him. I want to slow him down like the others, or the spider, one of the two, and massacre them with my Quarrelers. I think it's going to be really important that my Quarrelers have really good coverage right here in the middle, so I'm going to kind of punch them together a little more. We don't have any magic to worry about. I'm going to scoot up. I'm going to turn off Fire at Will so I don't get any... I'm going to get in full range of the spider. Now we're going to pop this stuff. And fire. There we go. I'm going to start trying to pick at that spider. It didn't really do much on that first shot. How do you miss an Arachnarok spider with a 60% accuracy buff? Or 60 accuracy buff. Good grief, man. I'm pretty sure I can hit that spider back there. I'm not really a marksman. Alright, this engineer... Okay, yeah, he's definitely getting some good damage into the spider now, picking at it. Well, I'm glad we picked the spider and not one of the smaller targets, because if you're having a hard time hitting this thing, then there's no way we were hitting anything else. Come on, hit it, brochacho. I think his buffs wore off, so he's going to be shooting slower now. Oh my gosh. He missed it again. He's missed the spider twice. All right, here we go. I mean, if they're going to sit here and let me pick hit points off the Arachnarok, I'm going to take that to the bank. Looks like they're sending a squig herd to come try and get us.
Nothing can stop us.
That's a mistake. That squig herd's gonna get absolutely mowed down, or it's a night goblin squig hopper, sorry. Yeah, you gets came the wrong direction.
Yes, laddie.
Alright, I'm gonna turn around and fire at that spider again. Okay, squig herd down. There's more enemy troops coming into range. We've done good damage to the spider. Skarsnik only has 60 armor. He doesn't have a shield. I think I've got a kind of a twofold plan here. I'm going to start firing at Skarsnik. Hold on, I'm going to slow it down for just a second. I'm going to pop a slowness on Skarsnik. And then I'm going to smoke bomb the spider. I'm going to try and get my Thane to come intercept the spider. Got another Thane over here. Okay, let's go ahead and get down to business here. And then Skarsnik. Oh, he disappeared. Piece of crap. Okay, well, Skarsnik's no longer a viable target for the moment, so... Let's bring our hammers up to assist over here where the melee is fast and furious. Actually, this flank's gonna collapse. Alright, Skarsnik went invisible on us and reappeared over here, and he's attacking one of my Thanes. Which is really not good, actually, because he has the magic. So I'm gonna try and back off of him and finish off the spider. We've got our engineers getting absolutely trounced, too, which doesn't make any sense, because there's not really any magic damage in there. Okay, we're gonna have to come clean up this flank. We took the spider down. We're gonna need to fall back. Skarsnik somehow broke through our line, which doesn't make any sense at all. There, he's going after Belegar. So now we can turn and fire everything at Skarsnik. And let's get a bit of Wrath and Ruin action going on here. We're doing good because the leadership of the green... What is this? Like, how do you get a fire order and then walk into combat? The melee button's not on. How did this even happen? I gave my Quarrelers a crossbow attack, and they just walked into combat with Skarsnik instead. I mean, CA, please. Quit! Goodness sakes. I lost... No, I did not lose one of my ethereals. I thought for a minute I lost one of my ethereals. Come on, hammers, get in here and finish this. Alright, well, Skarsnik's going down. He's getting hit now by multiple missile attacks. Why are you closing the distance to him? Shoot him. Smoke bomb Skarsnik. And then let's just keep the focus. We want to kill Skarsnik. I took way more damage here than I would have liked. But I think we're going to escape with all of our troops. Skarsnik is going to die. He's only got 220 hit points. 192. There you go. Alright, so Skarsnik's down. Let's go ahead and end this battle. We lost a Dwarf Warrior, which is problematic because I don't have a quick way to re-recruit them. We did get 830 gold there, and I can pick up a lot more gold and Oath Gold, which we can use to start inscribing some runes and some other equipment. Their other armies rolled up on us. I can auto-resolve it and win, and only lose a miner. That's not too bad. Let's take that. And then again, more Oath Gold, more gold. That's going to leave Skarsnik's faction significantly weak, and we will get a turn of replenishment here. And they're going to have 3 armies to either retrain or... to replenish, one of the two. And it's going to be a mess for them, though it is the AI, and that won't take terribly long, ultimately. Hero becomes a legend. Hello, Discord. Win 10 battles with any single hero character. Okay. So we picked up a Helm of Discord. And we opened up the Ekrund Miners. That is actually really good timing on the Ekrund Miners because I lost a unit of infantry. And the only stuff I can... Oh, no, I have recruitment here. We can grab some Slayers and the Ekrund Miners and fill our army out in its entirety. The garrison is going to be weak. And I want to keep hot on the attack here because the AI is going to retrain very quickly. I'm going to put some buffs on my Slayers and Hammers because I have some of those units in my armies. Plus, we're going to have them later. Let's take a look at our skill points here. So 2 skill points. We're going to go Scarred Veteran. And Belegar Handshake, Sharpshooter. We got to put some points here, and then we can do the Belegar Handshake.
Ironhammer.
Rune of Hearth and Home as a passive. I'm trying to remember what this one is. It's immune to psychology in 55 meter radius. That's actually really good. Let's do the Rune of Hearth and Home. And then, let's take a look here. We got one more skill point. Let's go ahead and throw that into the Rune of Negation, or actually the Rune of Slowness. Rune of Slowness is a really important one. As a Dawe, Deadly Onslaught would be good. Okay, there we go. So we got a lot of skill points. A lot of upside there to getting that done. I could replenish for a turn, but you see the AI is having to rebuild and replenish right now. And in my opinion, like, this is our opportunity to strike while the iron's hot. Let's see what happens on an auto-resolve up here. Medium casual. We just lose a miner. That's not too bad. Our Ekrund Miners got nearly destroyed there. That sucks. But by stepping into the settlement, and we lost that miner, I can go ahead and replenish for a couple of turns while picking up some better troops. And really the Ekrund Miner is the only one. Could probably just grab another... Well, if I'm going to be here for 2 turns replenishing regardless, we probably want to make it where we have at least 2 slots open. Yeah, like that. And we might want to do 3, in fact. Yeah, like that. And now, when I recruit these 2, I'll have those 2 units full at the end of 2 turns. But at least we've put a hurt on Skarsnik initially. He's got another settlement right here that we can take pretty easily. There's some dwarves nearby that look pretty friendly. Non-aggression, trade, and military access. I can balance that offer with them and take some of their money.
All right.
Excellent. Because they are at war with the Skaven faction that's nearby. They actually wish to confederate with me. And that would be good. I know I confederated with the other faction, but let's join that. They're going to have armies. Well, they're going to have armies. We're going to end up at war with the Caravan of Blue Roses sooner. I might... Gosh, man, I don't want to not take extra settlements, but then it's more stuff I have to guard right now, too. But then again, we have a decent amount of money, and I might be able to handle, but I mean, the Caravan of Blue Roses is a mess when we end up fighting them. Huh. Let's wait just a couple of turns here. Yeah, just a couple of turns.
Come, kin.
Barak
Let us
Var doesn't
feast
want anything
and
to do
drink.
with us yet, strangely enough. But we are improving relations with them as we go. Okay, I'm feeling a whole lot better about our situation now than I was a couple of turns ago.
Battle.
I was very concerned about our situation. Not to say that we can't end up back there very quickly with a turn of events, but I am feeling much more confident in our current position,
True king of 8 peaks.
like I said, than where we were. Let's go and finish Rune of
Our
Slowness.
ancestors would be proud.
Woundmaker. Okay. Alright. Let us... we do have some cash. If there's useful buildings, which that would be useful. Grim Peak is not going to rebel, which is really good news for us. Or is Valea Sorrow at the moment, which again, really good news for us. The settlement we're in can be upgraded. Might as well spin that. We have a commandment available here as well. And let's end our turn and continue to try and take control of Karak 8 Peaks here. I say Karak 8 Peaks, all of the 8 Peaks, which is our destiny as the true king under the mountain here. We're going to have to sit here 2 turns. Again, don't love that. It's going to give the Greenskins pretty substantial time to replenish and recuperate their losses. But, again, am feeling significantly more confident at this point because we've put such a hurt on them. There's another quest battle, probably, so we got multiple quest battles that we need to go fight. I would love to do that. Our lord that we had is now ready for duty.
To battle.
But I don't want to recruit him right now because that'll start hitting us with supply lines and other hurt. We're going to get decent replenishment by the time our 2 turns are up, and then I'm going to come over here and take another settlement, and then we're going to continue to work against the Greenskins. Oh, yeah, see, these guys are getting wrapped up. Skaven are wrapping them up. It's probably a good thing I didn't confederate with them, to be honest. Because then I would have had to take it. Well, I don't know. The Skaven would have probably just declared war on us. Alright, we finished our research, which is going to give us better relationship with the dwarves and humans. Humans, high elves, lizardmen. The emissaries gives us better relationships still, which would be good and helpful. This militia training would be quite good as well. It's going to be 6 turns. This one will increase my income a little, which honestly would be pretty important right now.
What?
Buildings available. And having some recruiting closer to home here would be quite nice, and getting artillery would be very good as well. And then eventually we'd be able to get Thunderers. It's a bit of an investment there, but I feel like it's a worthwhile investment. Let's end our turn. Bolt throwers are good against large, and of course the grudge thrower is a great way to pound like...
Is that what you offer?
Oh, here comes the war from Clan Moors. Clan Moors... I don't know where they're located. It's probably this faction right here. They're off screen. I don't know for sure. Yeah, because they're at war with that faction. So they're right off screen for me. So Clan Moors is going to declare war on us regardless. And they can move underground and come straight to my territory should they choose to. I'm still going to leave that other dwarf faction as a buffer state there because they don't have a legendary lord that I'm trying to Pokemon or anything, so it's really not worth my while to confederate them and have to defend that settlement. At least not at the moment, I don't think. And if they did have a sizable army, it would just put me in the negative anyway. We're not ready to take on such a thing. Okay, I can't see any Clan Wars for the moment, but we can come over here. Oh, I thought we could come grab this settlement, but it's actually up on top.
You have my hammer.
Let's go ahead and move towards it and take it. And if I move, like, up here, I could still replenish feasibly?
Onward.
Ah, it didn't work. It took me to the wrong spot. Oh well. Alright, I've still got eyes on my enemies, and we'll get a little bit more replenishment. I thought it would take me right up on top of that, and I could replenish up there, but You couldn't actually move up there, unfortunately. So I kind of end up wasting a turn's worth of moves here. Most unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and keep running some of these upgrades. I feel like it could be worthwhile, assuming we don't get completely overrun. Looks like Skarsnik scored a Wa, which is bullcrap, because he just lost 3 battles straight against me. And there's no way you lose 3 battles straight and then pick up a Wa. So, CA please, again, right there. And look at him replenishing rapidly. So he's almost got another full army and got a Wa army. That is a fat load of BS if I've ever seen one. But color me not shocked, because that's the way the AI works. I move over here, both of their armies could come and attack me, and then I would have to fight. We should move this way. And hopefully get them to split up. If we want them to split up and maybe come towards our settlements.
I am revenge incarnate.
What do you want? Peace treaty? Now they're at war with... Yeah, now the Golden Order goes to war with them now that I'm not there to be saved. Well, I'm going to take their money. I'm not going to fight them anyway, and they're offering me 400 gold, so I appreciate your pointless infusion of gold there. I don't know if you don't have anything such as intelligence, like battlefield intelligence. They have no idea where we're at, which is fine with me. Well, we are at least about halfway in control of the 8 Peaks Thunderdome here, and we're about to be a little more in control of it at the end of this turn.
King, it shall be done.
It's an easy auto-resolve. The Gleaming Pennant, let's put that under Ekron Miners. Auto-resolve that. Another settlement to occupy. We've now picked up the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, which we definitely want those. The Ekron Miners are not amazing, and I do want the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass in here, so I think what I'm going to do is like maybe merge all of these guys, take the damaged dwarf unit, and then replace it with the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. There we go. And one of the armies for Skarsnik, that can be arranged.
Let me think about it. No!
I want to see their diplomacy screen. What the heck? Why is it doing this to me? They're only at war with me, so they're not moving to attack Karak Azgal. Clan Moors is, though, so Queek, remember now, is an absolute pain in the butt to kill. He's darn near invincible with his 120 armor and all that kind of stuff. Like, he is very difficult to kill. Does he have magic attacks, by the way?
Queek says no.
No, okay. I think it's good that he said Queek says no. I mean, it just helps inform me, so appreciate the feedback there, Queek. It's always nice. Let's do Gather the Holds, and then Gather the Old Clans. Local recruitment capacity increase will be nice. Ancestral Guidance gives us more Thanes and physical resistance for the Lord's Army. That's a good one. This one is going to give a lot of ammunition to miners, which is insane. Melee attack for rangers, bolt throwers, miners, missile strength for rangers and bolt throwers. Interesting. And an oath gold charge bonus for the Lord's Army could be really good there too. So some of those are, they're not going to be like world breakers, but they're going to be good. They will be meaningful upgrades, I guess is probably the right way to put it. Let's take a look at our forge real quick, because I have a decent number. There's character runes, and then there are going to be unit runes. Bonus versus large would be cool on some of my ethereal thanes. Armor would actually be kind of cool on some of my thanes, because they don't have any armor. Or in my ethereal units, let's do that one. And then let's do some banner runes. Increases bonus versus large, enables projectiles to home in on targets to assign. Okay, so that's for an artillery unit. Explosive damage on an artillery unit, Assigned artillery unit, vigor loss reduction. It's unbreakable with low hit points. That's stupid. This one gives a 10% reward save and a Master Rune of Grungni. That could be really good on our hammers. Let's inscribe that one. A discouraged leadership effect and the ability to cause terror. That one could be really good on the Dwarves of Dragonfire Pass, or sorry, the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. Let's inscribe that one. What else we got left? Got room for a little bit more here. Cost reduction versus large. Spell resistance and physical resistance. Perfect Vigor could be cool on like a Slayer unit. Let's grab that. Alright. So we got some runes. Let's get those assigned. That's gonna take place. By the way, we got Armor of Fortune. Armor of Fortune's not bad. We have 2 Helms of Discord.
Belegar.
Let's stick that on the Thanes, because they're going to be probably the most likely to get into combat. So Helm of Discord, Helm of Discord.
I stand defiant.
And we've got all these runes. So we have several character runes. In fact, most of them. Or I guess it was...
Very well. I
Master
will do as
Leia.
you ask.
Start throwing some of this stuff in there. So that's going to be our unit ones. And then as far as character runes
Lord
go,
of the England.
back to magic items. So we got the character rune of might, so the bonus versus large. Again, that's going to go well on a Thane. And then we've got this one that gives armor. That would be another good one on a Thane. And let's go to our other
Belegar Ironhammer.
Thane here. Rune of iron. And a rune of might. And then let's go back over to our hammer guy here. And then rune of iron, rune of might would be a nice combination there. Oh, a direct damage. That is fantastic.
What?
Do we want that on Belegar? I think we do. Alright, so I'll stick that on Belegar. Alright, so the rune's now going to start making a difference in our armies. We don't have any movement points. We need to end a turn. Let's just start building defensible positions here. Let's go ahead and end our turn. And hopefully Skarsnik's forces will split themselves up. And then maybe I can get in a position. Yeah, he's headed for our settlement down there. They may straight up attack me if I get in their path, because they have that Wa army. And depending on what's in the Wa army, it could be significantly dangerous. Sometimes the Wa army gets really powerful units. But I feel pretty confident in our army at this point. We've got some better anti-large tools now. And we've got very strong ranged tools. I think I'm going to move between the settlements there, and we'll see whether Skarsnik comes after me. We picked up some gold there in that turn end. That is handy. We're getting some nice improvements going on. I'm going to take these improvements where I can get them. Our allies are still alive for now, which is going to provide us trade income and a little bit of defense against Land Moors, and of course Skarsnik has already replaced all the armies that we killed within, what was it, like, probably 4 or 5 turns there. I'm not surprised. That's totally within the AI's capability to do. But the thing is, yeah, okay, Skarsnik did come after us, and his Wa army is there, and it's giving us an easy auto-resolve here. But we do get our garrison settlement. Oh my gosh, Doom Divers? Yeah, I'm going to take the auto-resolve because the Doom Divers are going to wreck me if I go on the map and fight that. So let's just take the auto-resolve. That may bother some of you all, but that's just a smarter decision for me. Alright, so that's going to leave Skarsnik battered, bruised, and beaten. He's got another army down there, so this is great. We can do some major cleanup work here on this next turn. The army that's in the underground stance won't be able to run away, so I don't think they can, at least. I think we can hit them, and then finish off what's left of Skarsnik, so we can get a huge advantage. And this is going to give us more Oath Gold and just gold. So this is fantastic for us here. 4 armies for Skarsnik's faction already. Alright, we got our runes here. So the Perfect Vigor is going to go really good on, say, like a Giant Slayer. And then this one, the Discouraged Effect, I want that on the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. And then the Missile Resistance Ward Save I want on the Hammerers, because that's going to be a frequent target of the enemy. It says we're going to take medium casualties here. They do not have any artillery. They do have a Bob here, Blackwork Big Boss, and they do have a Spellcaster with Vindictive Glare. Vindictive Glare will be dangerous to our ethereal units. No doubt there. But I mean, I'm pretty sure we can take these guys relatively easy. Let's go ahead and fight. Alright, the AI got its reinforcements, but they're pulling up on me sooner than expected, which is a very poor decision indeed. I've got my engineer targeting their Bob over here. I don't know how much damage we'll be able to inflict, and they're acting like they're going to maybe make a run with their Wolf Riders into my flank, which I would welcome and laugh at any opportunity they give me for that. Okay, so they are making big mistakes with their Wolf Riders right now. I'm going to back off just a little bit. I want to draw the enemy in a little better. I'm going to wreck up those Wolf Riders real quick. The enemy is coming in closer, and their archers are now mine. I'm going to get a defensive stance here. There we go. Alright, their wolves are getting pulled apart over here. And let's do a little work. I'm going to slow down that Blackwork Big Boss and let my Quarrelers just kind of keep doing their destructive thing here. Here comes the main portion of this fight. Yep, the main event's about to get started. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy on. Let's do a little ballistics calibration. I'm gonna smoke bomb a little here. And then after the greenskins waste their charge, then we'll charge forward. Yep, which happened over here, so that's perfect. Let's finish off that Wolf Rider back there. Let's keep targeting archers. Let's reinforce this fight now. Ekron Miners are in a bit of a situation there. Let's reinforce that. And Big Boss, pop her abilities off here. Awesome. Things are going quite splendidly at the moment, so let's continue to kill greenskin archers. They're very numerous. Our Ekron Miner is not doing well. It needs reinforced. Let's buff this area right here. About to clean up this fight and then might be able to reinforce. This fight right by the line has been very beneficial to us. Hammers have already racked up 72 kills. Let's pick our next targets. The Ekron Miners are probably going to die here. The Skulkers are not the matchup that we really want to be fighting that in. But that's okay. The Ekron Miners are good, but that is not a loss of unbearable proportions. One of my Ethereals is getting roasted pretty hard here by the Blackwork Big Boss. I hadn't recognized that earlier. Let's see if we can get to safety. Yep, there we go. We don't want to have to replenish these ethereal leaders. We need to keep them in combat here. Okay. We're having good effect on the enemy. That Blackwork Big Boss needs to be dealt with. Let's bring Belegar over to do so. And we're kind of just in a cleanup mode with the rest of the greenskins. Understandably so. The Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are having a day of it as well, as are our Hammers. The enemy Gobbo Shaman here now forced to flee. He's going to take heavy losses there as well. Alright, so, looking good. Oof, he just got shot big time right there. Can we... I don't know if we can get close enough to do a Rune of Slowness. I might be able to, and we might be able to finish him. Finish him off. I could probably surround him here with infantry units as well. And then where's our Runesmith? I'd love to kill that Blackwork Big Boss too. Where's my... some of my faster units? My other Slayer. You all come chase Bob. Let's see if we can smoke bomb this goon real quick. And then let's try and get a Rune of Slowness over here. There we go. I'm trying to slow this guy down enough to catch and kill him. Bob is taking a beating. I've got my Slayers on the way to reinforce that as well. Yeah, I think the Night Gobbo, or the Shaman, whatever they call him, the Goblin Shaman, Great Shaman, whatever the heck they're called. Bob's in some pretty serious trouble here too. And then is my Runesmith, did he get, where is he at? Did we get the Rune of Slowness? Yes, because he's at 18 speed, he's just getting pushed around. Too bad I don't have the Dragonback Slayers already. They'll be coming soon, no doubt, though. See if we can bust a unit out in front of him. He's getting bounced right now, which is something I wish that CA would actually fix. See, he's just getting pushed up in front of all my units. Yeah, it's kind of a goofy thing. So he's going to get away, unfortunately. We might should have just tried to bury him with missile fire, but we got Bob done, so there we go. Yeah, the key here is just going to be removing as many enemies as possible. It's going to be another 67 Oath Gold Treasury. That's going to force that army to retreat. These armies are losing their Wa armies, which is absolutely what we want. That leaves Skarsnik here, battered and bruised, and I'm going to take him on, but I'm going to do it on the next episode. In fact, I can just auto-resolve it. All we'll lose is the Ekron Miners. That's not that bad. Okay. That's an acceptable casualty there. Take the Oath Gold, so we've again pushed back Skarsnik with heavy losses. This army, not so much, it's just going to replenish because they all ran away before I could kill them. But at least we got rid of one of their heroes there too. That Blackwork Big Boss is going to be a loss for them that they probably didn't really wish to take. And then as far as retraining, I don't have any more Slayers or anything available. We'll have to just stick another unit in here on the next one. And we'll just do that on the next episode. I've got this building completed here where I could put in like a bolt thrower or a grudge thrower. Either one would be pretty useful. And that's probably a grudge thrower. I'm thinking just for the max range at this point. But the fight against Skarsnik goes well. We're milking a lot of money out of it. I will see you all in the next episode. HeirofCarthage signing out.